Boop, boop, boop. This is the L2C Media Network. I take he's on vacation. Yes, that's right, Franklin. That's right. I'm here, Franklin Pangborn. Now, so by the way, we going back on Twitch? Well, won't be too long. Everything's going to be back to normal. Hopefully. Yeah, I noticed you don't have the car here yet. Nope. And I'm beginning to get a little worried. So I'm going to talk to my mechanic friend, see what's the holdup. That's all I'm going to ask. Anyway, we got a lot to do. And let's get to it. Franklin, do your duty. Live from the Tom O'Neill Broadcast Studios on the 4th floor of the Park Forest Apartment Complex, somewhere in the bowels of Jackson, Michigan, the L2C Media Network and Mystifying Creativity Productions is proud to present Steve Sporty Balls. And let's hope we go a full hour. YouTube, straighten things up. Here's Steve. Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you very much, Pangborn. And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another spine-tingling edition of Steve Sporty Balls. If you weren't with us last night, where were you? We got cut down and pulled. Not nice indeed. Cut down and pulled by the folks at YouTube. But we're giving them one more chance. We got, as I said, a lot to discuss about, including an update on the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. In fact, we're going to that update right now and let you know that, baby. Right now, it is in the fourth quarter. And the Pacers are leading the Knicks 92-77. So it looks like this, if it stays the way it is with the Pacers winning right now and the Knicks not having a chance for a comeback, looks like we will be indeed seeing the end of the road for you know who. That's right, TNT, TBS, and the Turner folks. Hey, memes! Good evening. Welcome to my little stream. Welcome to my stream of insanity, like to call Sporty Balls, where I do sports with a little comedy. And we are 40 subs away from 200. 40 subs. My God. We're going and that's a big word. Anyway, we'll give a report on the NBA. We also got some entertainment news for you and a whole lot more. So what are you waiting for? Enjoy the dance, folks, because we've got a lot to talk about today. In fact, we're going to do more and talk about it. We are going to get right to it. Let's go to the scores. Oh, joy, oh, rapture. Let's go to AAA. Beep, beep. Let's go to minor league baseball, which is better than Major League Baseball when you think about it. Okay, AAA, Syracuse Mets. Bottom of the ninth inning, they lead the Iowa Cubs 6-4. We're going to call this. Bottom of the fourth inning, lead the Norfolk Tigers 4-0. Round Rock Express leads Reno Aces 5-0. Top of the seventh. Albuquerque Isotopes They're doing a little dope against Sugarland Space Cowboys, 5-4, bottom of the fourth. Salt Lake Bees against Tacoma Rainiers, 1-0, top of the fourth. El Paso Chihuahuas, or for those of you who love Les Sneckman, Chihuahuas, bottom of Sacramento River Cats, 1-0. Top of the first, Oklahoma City Comets and Las Vegas Aviators are tied at goose eggs. Scranton Wilkes-Barre beat the Worcester Red Sox 3-0. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, yes, the same Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, in the first of a two-game doubleheader. Second game, we already given you the score. They beat Norfolk 5-4 in game one. Gwinnett over Jacksonville 3-1. Buffalo Bison over the Charlotte Knights. Vini Victi Verdi. Bison's 5, Knights 4, audience 21. Memphis Redbirds beat the Durham Bulls 9-8. Rochester Red Wings over the Columbus Clippers 7-6. Toledo Mud Hens over the Louisville Bats 7-5. Batman is, of course, in mourning. Omaha Storm Chasers over the St. Paul Saints 5-2 in Double A. Beep, beep, MCO. Top of the 10th, Tulsa Drillers and the Wichita Wind Surge 5-up. Also in the top of the 10th, San Antonio Missions, the Arkansas Travelers tied at 10th. Bottom of the 8th inning, Northwest Arkansas over the Springfield. Cardinals 10-7. Bottom of the 8th, Midland Rockhounds. Have you ever rocked out with a rockhound? It's totally bitching, dude. They beat Corpus Christi Hooks. Is that what they're doing? Oh, I kept calling them Corpus Christi Hookers. Anyway, the Hounds beat the Hooks 5-0. Or they lead bottom of the 8th 5-0. We're going to call that a final. Frisco Rough Riders in the bottom of the 7th lead the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And if you ever saw a sod poodle, give us a call. 10-1, bottom of the 7th. Final scores. We got the Knoxville Smokies over the Birmingham Baron, 2-0. The Altoona Curve, and if you ever curved Altoona, let us know. Over the Harrisburg Senators, got the wrong team. Altoona Curve over the Portland Sea Dogs. Arr, woof. By score 9-7. Harrisburg Senators passed a law and a bill and won the game over the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Hey, Rocky. 4-2. Harvard Yard Goats chewed up the grass of New Hampshire Fishermen, not to be confused with the Gorton's Fishermen. 5. Akron the one. Yep, the Akron Ducks beat the Somerset Patriots 10-5. No, Bill Belichick is not the coach of the Somerset Patriots. Binghamton defeated Chesapeake 8-1. Erie Sea Wolves. Speaking of Sea Wolves, hi Piper and hi Fizz Giggity and G Giggity at that. The Erie Sea Wolves beat the Reading Fighter Phils 11-1. Fizz Giggity should be happy about that. Hey man, how you doing? Montgomery Biscuits. Have you ever tried a Montgomery biscuit? They rise to the occasion. They beat the Pensacola Blue Wahoos 6-4. Chattanooga, the Lookouts. Chattanooga Lookouts. Where? Beat the Columbus Clingstones. Clingstones, meet the Clingstones. 7-1. Rocket City. Okay, we'll do it in the Shatner voice. Rocket City. Trash Pandas. Beat the Biloxi Shuckers 2-1.
The Birmingham Barons defeated the Knoxville Smokies 2-1. No, excuse me. Yeah, that's right, 2-1.
In the high A, bottom of the eighth inning, Peoria Chiefs, Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And if you ever rattled a timber, 2-2, bottom of the eighth. Top of the third, Tri-City Dust Devils. They're steaming mad at dirt. Over the Eugene Emeralds, 1-0, top of the third. Bottom of the first, Spokane Indians and the Everett Aqua Sox are tied at 0. Final scores, Vancouver Canadians, and yes, they are, beat the Hillsboro Hops, so no beer for them, 1-0. Winston-Salem Dash over the Hub City Spartanburgers. If you've never tasted a Spartan burger, they're Wolverine-licious. 4-1 final score. Hudson Valley Renegades. They lost to Wilmington Blue Rocks. 5 Rock is. It's someone that hasn't made love in a century. The Brooklyn Cyclones defeated the Aberdeen Ironbirds 5-4. South Bend Cubs over the Quad City River Bandits 4-1. Fort Wayne Tin Caps over the Great Lakes Loons 6-2. Asheville Trist beat the Rome Emperors Vini Victi Virdi. Squeak! By a score of 2-1, Bowling Green Hot Rods defeated the Greensboro Grasshoppers by a score of 9-6. The Lansing Lugnuts, my team, my people, girls, my people, defeated the Beloit Sky Carps. Michigan Whitecaps over the Dayton Dragons 7-4. Cedar Rapids Colonels over the Lake County Captains 3-2. In single A action, Jupiter Hammerheads defeated the Daytona Tortugas. What the hell's a Tortuga? 14-10. Rancho Cucamonga over 4-zip. Visalia Rawhide over the Fresno Grizzlies, or actually, no, correction. Rancho Cucamonga leads Modesto Nuts 4-0, top of the third. Top of the second, Visalia Rawhide over the Fresno Grizzlies, 3-zip. Salem Red Sox, Carolina Mudcats got postponed due to a lot of mud, meeting rain. The Inland Empire 6, not to be confused with the Jackson, Michigan 69ers. Reading about that. Lost to San Jose Giants 4-3. Charleston River Dogs beat Kannapolis Cannonballs 5-1. The Augusta Green Jackets defeat the Myrtle Beach Pelicans 6-2. Columbia Fireflies defeat the Fayetteville Woodpeckers 5-2. Bradenton Marauders beat the Lakeland Flying Tigers 8-1. Palm Beach Cardinals over the St. Lucie Mets 11-1. Fort Myers Mighty Murphers defeated the Tampa Tarpons. I said Tarpons, not tampons. 11-1. Dunedin Blue Jays over the Clearwater Threshers 5-3. Lynchburg Hillcats over Fredericksburg 8-5. Lake Elsinore Storm over the Stockton Ports 8-1. Delmarva Shorebirds over the Hickory Crawdads 3-2. Charleston River Dogs and Kannapolis Cannonballs or Caballers 5-3 in the first game. And also in the first game, Augusta Green Jackets defeated the Myrtle Beach Pelicans 2-0. Fayetteville Woodpeckers in their first game defeated the Columbia Fireflies 5-4. Lakeland Flying Tigers beat Bradenton Marauders in their first game of a doubleheader, to which we just gave you the second game score. First game score was 5-3. And there you go, the minor league games. What's next, you may ask? Simple. We give you a live score of some soccer action. That's right. And we got some good soccer action. Let's go back to the scores. The final stage of the FIFA Club World Cup is taking place right now before the actual event itself. I hate ads. Okay, the final stage of the FIFA Cup Club World Cup International. Nothing going on. Nothing going on. Not even in the Super League. Everything is starting out late. Yep, starting out late like usual. So I guess you could say that's it for MLS Next Pro. That starts in just a little bit. Okay, so we've done that. Let's keep going here. I think we're going to make it. If we just hit 45 minutes, we're going to make it. Alrighty. Is there a way we can do this? Okay, there's hockey. Let's see if we got any hockey tonight or if we're just a blank shell tonight. No, we're blank shell in hockey. Okay, that is most, if not all, the scoreboard. Let's give you some golf. And two events in golf are making the way, by the way, a little update now. 7:24 left to play in the final quarter. It is Indianapolis 102, New York 88 in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Winner goes up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. In WNBA action, 109, 54.3 seconds left to play in the final quarter. It is the Chicago Sky 94 and the Dallas Wings. In golf, the third round of the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday has been completed. Scotty Scheffler leads at 8 under. Ben Griffin is in second at 7 under. Nick Taylor is in third with 5 under. Sepp Straka and are in a mess of a tie in fourth with -3. Now, do we have the LPGA with us? Because we've got the LPGA to Gabardine here. That's right. The LPGA US Open round 2, leaderboard, Stark. Or round 3, yes. Let's see. Do we have the leaderboard? Yes, we do. Thank you very much. The leaderboard provided by nobody. Stark, first place at 7 under. Lopez Ramirez in second place with 6 under. Takita and Shibuno, along with Sayago, all three tied in third with 5 under. Korda in sixth place at 4 under. And would you believe that? That is that for our golf report. That's right. NASCAR is, they're doing the Grand Prix in Detroit, downtown Detroit. Do we happen to have the results of night 1 or day 1 of the 2025 Oops, I said 20. Oh, come on. Get over there. Come on, get over there. Thank you. Nope. Here we go. 2025. Detroit Grand Prix. Let us. Let us see who is. Well, actually, they're qualifying. They used to have 2 races, but apparently the Indy race Sunday 12:30 on Fox. By the way, the Nashville race, NASCAR's Nashville race, will be on Prime Video streaming service. So we're done with auto racing. Yep, what's next, you may ask? Simple. We keep going and going and going. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's go to CBS Sports once more. Into the breach, my friends, into the breach. And let us, if we can. Okay, 5:05 remaining. And the Pacers are still leading, but this time they're only leading by 6. Pacers 110, Knicks 94. Scotty Scheffler once again surges into the lead after 3 rounds at the Memorial. And Paris Saint-Germain won the UEFA European Championships. Huzzah. 5-0 over Inter Milan. Mookie Bettis has an injury. He'll miss this weekend's series against New York Yankees, but won't require a stint on the injured list after fracturing a second toe, according to Alden Gonzalez of ESPN. Betts told reporters he suffered the injury late on Wednesday night when he stubbed his toe on a piece of furniture while navigating to the bathroom in the dark. How many of us have had that problem? I say that again. How many of us have had that problem? Okay, and Yordan Alvarez, the Astro slugger, is going to remain sidelined after a fracture discovered in his right hand. Okay, do we have our baseball scores? Yes, we do. Let's take you now to some baseball, and then we'll get you some entertainment news. Okay, we got 3 games still going on. Let's go to it right now. The Seattle Seahawks over Minnesota, top of the 9th. We're going to call it. Seattle beat Minnesota 4-3. Bottom of the 3rd, Pittsburgh over San Diego 1-0. Top of the 1st, Washington slam dancing Arizona 5-0. Final scores: Chicago Cubs over Cincinnati Reds 2-0. Toronto over the Athletics 8-7. Baltimore over the poorly done Chicago White Sox 4-2. St. Louis over Texas 2-0. Milwaukee defeated. Hello. Thank you. Milwaukee defeated Philadelphia. In fact, slammed them by 10, 17-7. Cleveland over the Angels of Los Angeles 7-5. Tampa Bay missed the extra point, gave Houston a field goal to win 16-3. Kansas City over Detroit 1-0. The Atlanta Braves over the Boston Red Sox 5-0. New York Mets over Colorado 8-2. Miami over San Francisco 1-0. And the Dodgers were playing Canadian football. They defeated the New York Yankees 18-2. And that's it for that. MLS, yes, we do have MLS action for you, thankfully. Dallas and Philadelphia at the 81-minute mark, still scoreless. SKC over Houston, also in the 83rd minute of play, 2-1. Final scores: St. Louis over San Jose, 2-1. Nashville and New York City tied at 2. Red Bull, New York, 2. Atlanta, nothing. Charlotte over Toronto, 2-0. New England over Montreal, 3-0. Chicago over Orlando, 3-1. DC over Cincinnati, 2-1. Miami over who are they over? Who are they under even? Who are they over? Who are they under? The Columbus Crew, 5-1. Inter Miami, 1. 2 games that'll start late tonight. In fact, they're starting about 4 minutes from now. Real Salt Lake in San Diego versus the Chipperoodies of Austin FC. So there you go. Champions League, we've already given you scores on that one. Brazilian League action. It was Bahia over Sao Paulo, 2-1. And Vasco da Gama, well, they lost to Red Bull Bragantino by a score of 2-0. And there is your scores now. Let's get over to some entertainment news and talk about what has been going on and how everything. Yes, let's go to the box office and see how things are doing right now. The latest in the box office: Lilo and Stitch is still rich with 60 to 64 million in their second weekend. Mission Impossible, near 27 million. Karate Kid Legends looks to punch to 21 million in the box office update, to which we are trying so much to find. So we'll just see how we're going to do this. I have no idea, but I think. Okay, here we go. Yay. Disney's Lilo and Stitch still on track for a $60 to $64 million second weekend. Paramount's Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is showing that IMAX makes a difference in a weekend, weekend number 2. 26.7 million. Sony's Karate Kid Legends forecasting 21 to 23 million, opening off 7.5 million on Friday. And let's see. A24's Bring Her Back 1 mil Friday is looking at 7 to 8 mil in 5th place. For horror films, especially an A24 one, which typically divides audiences, the movie landed a B+ cinema score. What about the other biggie? That is, of course, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thunderbolts in 7th, Sinners in 6th, Friendship in 8th, Thunderbolts 7th, Friendship in 8th, Last Rodeo 9th, and The Accountant 2 is in 10th. But in 4th, by the way, officially in 4th, New Line's Final Destination Bloodline with 2.8 mil today, and a running total by Sunday of $110.9 million. Wow. That is wild. Okay, we did the box office bit. And let's see. Patty Lapone apologized for comments about Kekia Lewis and Audra McDonald, but she is still um, scheduled to appear on the Tony Awards this coming Sunday. And that's right, folks. We do have a spoiler alert to get to you here because we're about, if you folks still watch Doctor Who, we're about to review the last chapter. So if you don't want to hear what happened in the season finale, cover your ears in after 2 seasons as 15th Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa is leaving the TARDIS behind, seemingly handing over the keys to a familiar face in Billy Piper's Rose Tyler, the companion to the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, and 10th Doctor, David Tennant, who first appeared on the show in 2005. The just-aired explosive Season 2 finale of Disney Plus BBC One co-production titled The Reality War saw Gatwa's character sacrifice himself to save the baby Poppy, companion Belinda's daughter. Belinda, of course, Varada Sithu. In the concluding moments of the sequence, Doctor's physique gives way to a shower of shimmering and swaying golden light, only for his features to be replaced via regeneration into Rose, whose first words, "Oh, hello," bring about the shocking cliffhanger of an ending. It was always the plan to do this amount of seasons because it's a role that demands a lot out of you physically and emotionally and mentally. The actors playing the Doctor are only actors playing the Doctor. Unfortunately, we are mere mortals. I would love to have the energy and the youth to be able to do this full time for the rest of my life, but my knees are telling me it's time, Gatwa explained of his departure in a behind-the-scenes featurette. He added that the exit felt like the right timing and the right energy, and it felt melancholic and bittersweet, calling the role a real pleasure and honor. Adding an additional statement to the BBC, the sex education alum said, quote, "You know, when you get cast at some point, you're going to have to hand back that sonic screwdriver and it is all going to come to an end, but nothing quite prepares you for it. This is one that I will never forget and a role that will be part of me forever. There are no words to describe what it feels like to be a Doctor. Nor are there words to explain what it feels like to be accepted in that has existed for over 60 years and is truly loved by so many across the globe." Meanwhile, showrunner Russell T. "What a Doctor. Thank you, Ncuti." As his final words say, "This has been an absolute joy, and the team in Cardiff and everyone who has worked on it for the past few years are so lucky to have been a part of this actor's great adventure as he shoots off to stratospheric new heights." Now, here's the sticking point. Though the fate of a season 3 for the Bad Wolf-produced time and space warping drama has yet to be revealed, Piper teased of her possible return. Quote, "It's no secret how much I love this show, and I've always said I would love to return to the Who-universe." Okay. Let's get over to the part I was reading. Thank you. Let's see. I love the show, and I've always said I would love to return to the Who-universe as I have some of my best memories there. So to be given the opportunity to step back on that TARDIS one more time was just something I couldn't refuse. But who, how, why, and when, you'll just have to wait and see. And we may be waiting a long time. I will explain. Now, for his part, Davies added, Billy once changed the whole of television back in 2005, and now she's done it again. It's an honor and a hoot to welcome her back to the TARDIS, but quite how and why and who is a story yet to be told. After 62 years, the Doctor's adventures are only the beginning. The end credit of the finale included a note teasing Nkuti Gatwa as the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, and introducing Billy Piper. Now, new Doctors in the franchise are typically introduced via regeneration, though it is not yet confirmed whether Piper will be the 16th Doctor. In 2017, she advocated for the series to cast its first female Doctor. So did a lot of Doctor Who fans. Though she was hesitant about taking on the role herself, she would be the third woman in the role following Whittaker and Joe Martin. Personally, I would have loved to have seen Joe Martin do it. She was good in the cameo appearances she made with Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. Okay, rumors of Gatwa's departure have been swirling for weeks, especially following a report in British tabloid The Sun, which claimed the actor was being let go following a ratings nosedive, a claim that was slammed as pure fiction by BBC. Despite this, UK ratings have indeed dropped considerably, and the BBC has maintained that it will not make a decision on renewal until the season finished airing. It's done airing. Regardless, Davies announced scripts have already been written for season 3, and while there might be a pause in the story, no good idea ever dies. Now, upon being announced as the 15th Doctor in 2022, Gatwa made history's first openly gay to assume the identity, and with his exit, he becomes the second shortest tenured performer in the role following Eccleston, who departed after a season. Ahead of the April 12th premiere of Doctor Who, Deadline broke the exclusive that Gatwa will appear in the play Born with Teeth on the West End beginning August 13th. He is also currently filming Jay Roach's satirical comedy The Roses opposite Benedict Cumberbatch, Olivia Colman, Andy Samberg, Allison Janney, and a cast of thousands. But again, it must be pointed out, no word from BBC or Disney, especially Disney, because it's co-production with the BBC, but Disney is financing it. Now, there have been rumors that because of some box office bonds from Disney and the way the TV side has not been working out, ABC programming, ESPN, etc. There is a slight hesitation for Disney to even greenlight a season 3. There are reports, rumors, unconfirmed, that just like previous Doctor Who, they will have a year off to rest, relax. But again, Disney has not made a pledge for a third season, and neither has the BBC. If both agree to another season, you can be rest assured, Whovians, that's going to go back to what made it popular. Anyway, it is 10:39. We're only going to be on 10:45. Once again, the Indiana Pacers have done. And let's give you the final score, if we can, boys and girls. Thank you. The Indiana Pacers have defeated the New York Knicks by a score of 125-108, winning the East Coast Finals 4-2. And that also sadly brings to an end an over 30-year relationship between the National Basketball Association and what was known as Turner Broadcasting Systems. It started long ago with TBS or as we all remember it well, Superstation WTBS broadcast games, calling it America's Game, but also the Atlanta Hawks games. And then, of course, TBS shifted the games to an upstart cable network, which began as a ad hoc syndication network called Turner Network Television, or TNT. Tonight, as we speak, they are preparing for their last edition of Inside the NBA. That is why we're going to end early so we can catch history in the making, as they say, a bon voyage. For us, we have our own history in the making. Sometime in June, we're going to have a whole new look. And I think we're going to have a good home. Besides Twitch, we're going to possibly be going to Rumble. So stay tuned for that. Okay, folks, before YouTube decides to sneak in and close us up, I just want to say three things. We were supposed to do a commentary tonight. We're going to hold that off till Sunday. That way we'll be a full hour. But again, want to end at 10:45 so we can catch the last broadcast of basketball on TNT. As we say our good nights to all, we say a very pleasant thank you to the men and women of Turner Broadcasting Systems. Under four ownerships, you kept the NBA going. And while a tradition will continue with its return to NBC, most of next season's basketball games will be covered on streaming sites, Peacock and Amazon Prime Video. Good luck. We want to say good luck to the NBA as they begin a multi-year, I think it's a 12-year deal with ESPN, ABC, NBC, Peacock, and Amazon Prime Video. NBC will have games on Mondays, Thursdays, and I think Friday. I'm not sure, but we'll get the official markings for you before we say goodnight. And tomorrow it begins, and we haven't done this in a while, so here goes. For you folks in Canada, oh, you get the idea? For a second time in a row, it will be the Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers for Lord Stanley's coveted chalice. And that means that after 12 years, 12 seasons, and renewed for another 12 seasons, Edmonton better win, because we don't want to have the best for last, meaning another loss. So Edmonton, I'm picking you to win in 5 games. And Rogers and the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, City TV, TVA Sports, all your Canadian representatives, TSN, Sportsnet, this is for you. You finally get another chance to break a streak of bad luck. Anyway, that's it for us for our executive producer, Mr. Matthew Nichols, the Wizard, our coordinating producer, Jay the Brain Man. I am Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm going to watch the final NBA before it gets switched over to ESPN, and that's one of the comments I'm just going to make, as well as of the WN. So please join us tomorrow night, 10 p.m. till 11. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And we made it. This has been a presentation of the L2C Media Network and Mystifying Creativity Productions. Uno coming back in June. See ya.